everyone, this is Megan and I'm here with another layout share. This was actually a little project I took on to use up some of my scraps from my scrap bin. I have a lot of little pieces and these you can see are like a lot of them are tiny little pieces that I just taped together to go around the photos. So this is the first one that I made. So my son in preschool with one of his little classmates, and I just took all of my greens and a little bit of blues in there and layered them behind each other until I got the shape that I wanted. And I sewed around the edge, my first time sewing on a layout with my sewing machine, and I really liked the way that came out. A little banner up here and some sequins and a bow, and that was it. So I really liked that one, and I used up a ton of tiny pieces of scraps that I would never use on anything else. But I just can't bring myself to throw them away. So I basically did the same thing for each color because I have my scrap bin divided up by color. So this is a picture of my son, and I titled it Goober Number 1 because he's my first son. And I did the same thing with this one, layering up the photos behind. The only thing different is that I made sure to layer them so that it was straight across each edge, so it's like a photo mat. And then I took some smaller strips and layered them up here on the sides. And then whatever I had for red embellishments in my embellishment tray, and popped some of them up with pop dots, and that one was done. And then of course I have to have Goober Number 2. It's my baby. Same thing with like tans and browns, and I just layered them up behind each other. These ones blended into each other, so I did go around them with a black pen and some gold faux stitching around the edge. Gold doily and then some little embellishments, and that one was like, once I got the layers in behind, they were pretty easy to finish up. This one's a little bit different. I took the individual pieces and rounded the corners on all of them and just kind of fit them on, kind of a block type of layout. And there's 3 photos of my son's birthday party. I get the date on here. And it's called Awesome Obstacle Course because we made this really cool obstacle course for his ninja training at his birthday party. So that one was pretty, it took a while, but pretty simple. I mean, a lot of it was I sat in front of the TV and took little scraps that maybe had a piece sticking off and cut it down into a rectangle or a square and rounded the edges. And then once I got that all done, I fit them together on the page. And the last one that I have from this project is this black and white one of my son out in the snow. And this was his first winter last year. So I just layered up the blacks and whites and cut out some flowers from one of the papers. And I also went around the entire page and put a border on. The only reason that I did that, I didn't love the way it looked, but I used a scrap of paper on this one that had holes in the top. So I needed to cover up those 2 holes that were in the side of the paper. But it looks good and I like it. So I actually got 5 layouts done and used up a ton of my scraps. But of course, if you have a scrap bin, you know that they collect pretty quickly, and I'm gonna have to do it again soon to keep, I think I'll try to do this a couple times a month, and that will help keep my scrap bin from overflowing. So maybe next time I'll do some process videos on it. Leave me a comment below if you'd like to see the process of how I sort my scraps, and then how I put together these photo mats and pick out the photos, because I matched the photos up with the papers that I'm using. As you can see in this one, well, I mean, the floor and tan and the walls are white, so this kind of matched. And then this one, my son was wearing a red shirt, so it made sense to use up red scraps. And this one was, they had blue and green on, so I used up blues and greens. So if you want to see some process videos on how I do that and what my scrap bin looks like and how I put together these mats, I would love to show you. Just leave me a comment below and I will definitely do that next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.